Honestly, the command, the declaration that the psalmist makes is one that is counterintuitive in a moment like this, where there's everything around us that has the capacity to instigate our fear. Honestly, you only have to scroll through social media for a few moments to see how fear tactics are being used to control our actions and even control our minds. Honestly, the state of our politics draws oxygen from our worst fears. There's rhetoric that's happening in cyberspace and in the airways, from congressional hearings to press conferences, that evokes our most dastardly fears. Seems like everywhere we go, people are telling us what to fear. In fact, this seems to be the playbook of Washington in this moment, is to govern by fear, to govern by overwhelming us, govern by putting us in a state where we feel so decapacitated that we don't even dare to advocate for ourselves. There's a politic of fear that is predominating so much of what we call our democracy. Everywhere we turn, they're telling us who to fear. And if that wasn't pernicious enough, somehow our politics has married our religion, because there's a species of Christianity in this country that tells us that if we fear a person, it's okay to hate that person. There's something in the mood in this country that's telling us who to fear everywhere we turn. They tell us to fear immigrants who are only in search of safety. They tell us to fear black people who are surviving the violence of poverty. They tell us to fear affordable housing and school integration as if that will destroy communities. They tell us to fear each other, churning a massive culture of distrust, alienation, and polarization as a new form of patriotism. Everywhere we go, we're told to be afraid. Maybe this is why Howard Thurman purports that the ever-present fear that besets the vast poor, the economically and socially insecure, is a fear of still a different breed, because it feels as if it's closing in on us. It's nowhere in particular, but it's everywhere at the same time. That's the kind of fear that drives us to make political decisions that do not benefit us. That's the kind of fear that allows us to have a tyrant that sits behind the resolute desk in the Oval Office. That's the kind of fear that gives credence to a Supreme Court that says that tyrant can do whatever he wants to do because of the power invested in the presidency. This is a moment where we're being governed by fear, and it may sound hyperbolic, but I do want to warn us that Nazi Germany had its first 7 months too, and they didn't think it would end up being what it devolved into. We ought to be careful about how we are being fed and led by our fears. That's why I love this text so much, because when there's so much to be afraid of, and there's so much that people are telling us will harm us and destroy the very fabric of our communities, the very fabric of who we are, we have this psalmist that reminds us, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Of whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? I have to be honest, child of God. The fear is closing in. It sometimes feels as if you are suffocating. There are some of you who came into the sanctuary this morning with reasons to fear. We have reasons to fear that our democracy is being bulldozed by the day. We have reasons to fear that birthright citizenship, which is the only reason why any of us in this room today are American citizens, may be nullified. We have reasons to fear that voter suppression and affordable health care is on the chopping block. We have reasons to fear that our ozone layer is sliding into deterioration, and earthquakes are happening in New Jersey at record rates that none of us even know how to make sense of. We have reasons to fear when there's a big billionaire billionaire bill that's gutting health care and destroying the mental health infrastructure that was never strong in the first place. We have reasons to fear because doctors are still giving out diagnoses and banks are still making financial decisions because of our race. We have reasons to fear that tariffs are driving up prices and you won't be able to afford the basic needs that are required to have a flourishing life. Anybody say, I have reason to fear, but I'm so grateful that when my fear tries to predominate the center of my mind, I'm reminded that I have a God that is my light and my salvation. Am I talking to anybody in here today? I wish I had more depth for you, but I just came to let you know that even though you have reason to fear, you have a God that walks with you, a God that journeys with you, a God that has declared that you shall have everything you need. Anybody grateful for the great I am? No, I feel like I came to church by myself today. Can I get somebody in this sanctuary that can celebrate that you have a God who is your light, a God who is your salvation, a God who is your stronghold, and even when you have reason to fear, you shall not fear. Anybody know that God? No, don't fool me. Anybody came to worship that God? Anybody wake up every single morning celebrating that God? Anybody excited about a God who will journey with you through the valleys of fear that are hard to shake? Fear can grip all of us. An emotional asphyxiation ensues as fear sinks its claws into our organs of imagination. It's like a fog obstructing every possible maneuver you dare to muster. Fear metastasizes like a theological cancer, deleting your will to live, your will to dream, your will to move. Anybody ever been afraid? It's so much so that there's a type of paralysis that locks you in places that you know you were never created to live in the first place. It locks you in postures of defeatism. That's why it's hard to get out of bed some days. That's why you can't put sentences together when you stare at the drama that is chewing through your faith and your strength, because fear has a way of paralyzing us and metastasizing like a cancer. But I am grateful that the psalmist reminds us that underneath all that I'm looking at is still a God who refuses to lose me, a God that does not mismanage me, a God that always sees me, and in that case I shall not fear. I wish somebody would make that your declaration for the rest of this month. I shall not fear. I have every reason to cry. I have every reason to doubt. I have every reason to weep. But I will not fear because God is with me.
Look here, everybody.